Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. Let's do an update on XLM's price chart and see what went down in this specific area right in here, and why do I think we are going to have a bit of a move on the upside probably soon in XLM, but is that going to be a buy opportunity or not? Yeah, you know what, I think that can be a little bit up for debate. First things first though, if you remember the last time that we talked about the Stellar Lumens chart, it was specifically right around this area. And the idea was that, well, okay, in an ideal scenario, what we want to see is a rather strong bounce. Specifically, we talked about the idea of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without a lot of overlapping of the waves in order to minimum get to about these areas. And we said, in not so of an ideal scenario, we want to see maybe a bit of a slow and choppy move up, generally a correction, and then yet another move to the downside. And as you can see, yeah, overall seems like we got a bounce, but this was a short-term one, and then again we got a bit of a move on the downside. But whether this thing is actually a bearish setup or not, again, it's a little bit up for debate. First things first, let's go around. You see, if you want to argue that maybe we're gonna have the end of some sort of an uptrend right around these areas, let's say this is like a decent resistance, then okay, off of the highest high, you have to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. Now, if I just go on the live chart, you see that this is the precise reason for why in XLM back then we didn't really want to see a quick pullback and then yet another move down, because at that point, and right now for that matter, we are able to entertain the idea of this thing being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since we don't really have overlapping of the waves between our wave 4 and 2, well, okay, this thing may end up being just an impulsive structure to the downside. And for our wave 5, earlier before I hit the record, I actually checked the rules. Unfortunately, like it or not, all of them do actually apply to this phase from this point about, let's say, 19.45 to about the lows around 17.8 cents, being just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since we are having overlapping of the waves, clearly we are having an overlap. This thing I think might end up being just an expanding ending diagonal, which for our subwaves we're gonna have ABCs in every single wave. And as you can see, yeah, we do actually have zigzags. For example, this is our first zigzag down into 1, zigzag up into wave 2, ABC down, clear 1 into wave 3, ABC up into 4, like this. And this can be our final leg to the downside to about here into our wave 5 in form of an ABC. So the fact that we are able to say, I'm not going to say with a decent bit of confidence, but we are able to say one way or the other, this may end up being an impulsive structure to the downside, actually throws a bit of a wrench into our plan. Why? Because right around these areas, I was actually about to tell you that in XLM, maybe we do have a long opportunity. And do not get it twisted, in my view, yeah, we still do have a long opportunity. But right now, am I a bit more confident about that long or not? I'm gonna say no. In fact, if anything, I'm a little bit less confident, and I would like to give the priority to some other charts. For example, specifically in today's updates, I actually talked about Litecoin, which in there I have opened a long position since I think I have actually a better grip on that chart. So in XLM, again, this could be an optimistic sign, and you know what, maybe I am wrong, and this is just going to be from the highs, just a sharp corrective movement to the downside in form of a WXY, a double zigzag structure. And on a higher degree, in this area, we are having a wave 1, correction for 2, and then what? Great move on the upside into wave 3, and then 4, and then 5. And you know what? Maybe this right in here is a long opportunity. Now, here's a very important point. One way or the other, whether we are bullish or bearish in XLM, I do think in the short term, we are actually going to see a bit of a move up. Why? Well, okay, let's just talk about the most pessimistic scenario, suggesting, like we said that earlier, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question, what happens after a 5 wave, bullish or bearish one way or the other? Well, if you are a regular viewer of the channel, you know the answer. We're gonna have a move on the opposite direction regardless of which scenario is happening. So this is a 5 wave down, a move on the opposite direction translates to what? Yep, you guessed it right, a move on the upside. Now, in terms of the shape of that move, this is exactly where I'm telling you it's a little bit up for the base, and I think you need to just set this one out a little bit and see what are we going to have. For example, I'm able to tell you that this is to about, excuse me, here wave 1, correction for 2, and then what might be next? Maybe a good move on the upside into wave 3 and 4 and 5. And if we end up having this 5 wave, you know what, fair enough. The moment that we get a slow and choppy pullback, this can be, from my POV, a bit of a long opportunity with our stop under this low and our target. I'm thinking probably at that point it's going to be around the lower band of this region, about, let's say, 25.5 cents area. So yeah, essentially, I think we are having a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 5, which is really not that bad, honestly. But right now, as long as we're not seeing this clear impulse to the upside, I think it's a little bit too soon to jump into any kind of unnecessary bullish conclusion. On the other hand, again, there's a chance that we are having in here 5 wave, but it's going to be into an A-leg correction for B, and then yet another move up into C. So as you can see, once again, bullish or bearish, we are, seems like that, going to have a bit of a move on the upside. But then if this is truly a zigzag from here, you're going to see a strong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at that point, well, we are probably headed lower in XLM in order to take this low and go for around the lower band of this region, about 16.5 cents area. And let's hope that we are not going to get a break of this level, because if we do so, at that point, the target, it's going to be all the way down here, about 14.5 cents. Right now, honestly, I don't really like to consider that as my primary scenario. So let's be a bit optimistic. And for now, let's please get this phase on the upside. And when we get it, we are going to make new updates and talk about the shape of it. Now, do we have some more evidence suggesting in like very, very short term in XLM, we're going to have a move up? You know what? I think so. Yes, you see, I'm not really sure if you like classic patterns, but if you do, I'm thinking probably this is going to be a beautiful head and shoulder structure. And notice I said probably this is going to be a head and shoulder. Why? Because this thing is very important to understand that right now it's not really confirmed yet. Okay, you need to wait a little bit more and see, are we going to get a confirmed break of a neckline or not? And by that I mean we go above this region, do a slow and choppy pullback above it, and then get yet another move on the upside. And the moment that we take the highs, yep, this head and shoulder is confirmed. And what's going to be the target? First things first, you have to, okay, you have to put your chart on regular scale and then measure the height of your pattern from here to about the highs and put this thing at your breaking point. This is giving you about maybe a 21 cents exit, and basically from the current point we can have like yeah, something like a 12 to 13% move on the upside, which I guess it's not really that bad. But again, I want to emphasize on this because this is such a big deal. I do think we're going to get a move up regardless. And here's the thing, the shape of that move is actually what matters to us. Okay, the move itself, based on what we talked about, nope, honestly, I don't really think it's actually tradable. It's not even that significant. What really matters is the shape of our move. In case we end up having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, great sign. At that point, let's wait for a pullback. And assuming that we are able to identify all the right subwaves, fair enough, this might be a great long opportunity for us. If not, and if, for example, this is just going to be a 3-wave movement and then we're going to get a strong move down, nope, be careful, odds are in XLM we are headed a little bit lower, which in case you are a fundamental and fair value investor like me, this can be a beautiful buying opportunity at that point, since overall in the long run, in case you are a new viewer, you should note that we are extraordinarily bullish. And I think XLM basically is on the same path as XRP back in 2023, 2024. Why am I telling you this? Because let's just put the charts back on logarithmic and hide everything. As you can see, in XLM, from the highest high all the way up here around, let's say, basically 93-95 cents area in January of 2018, we are having right now so far about an 8.5 years of god awful consolidation pattern. And consolidations like this usually lead to extremely strong expansions. Hence why in XLM I am absolutely bullish, and I do like to argue that in the coming bull run we're going to get a magnificent move up, and finally we are going to, with absolute authority, take the all-time high in here for the first target, about, let's say, 95 cents. But no, I don't really think we are going to stop there. Hopefully we are going to go quite a bit higher than that. So as you can see, overall in the long run we are very much optimistic and bullish, no problem at all. Hence why I'm telling you any kind of short-term dip is probably going to be a beautiful buying opportunity. At least for me, I don't know about you guys. You can have a different strategy. I absolutely respect your opinion. From my POV, if we get a move down, I'm actually going to count that as a blessing and just buy some more XLM in order to get my average purchase as low as possible. Since number one, the technicals do suggest that in the long run, we are looking quite optimistic and a huge bull run is indeed ahead of us. And number two, fundamental wise in XLM, we are fully on the right direction. And as we go forward, we are just attracting more and more adoption. So why not just buy the dips and just let time and also fundamentals take care of the rest? This is why in XLM, overall, I'm bullish. And like very, very short term, again, I think we should just wait a little bit more and see what's the shape of this coming phase to the upside going to look like. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in a Stellar Lumens chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.